Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Surah 26, Al Shu'ara, the poets. In the name of Allah, the Beneficent, the Merciful, Benignant, Hearing, Knowing, God. TSM. Ba-Sin Meme is typically not translated because that's a mystery in itself. These are the verses of the book that makes manifest. Perhaps thou wilt kill thyself with grief because they believe not. If we please, we could send down on them a sign from heaven, so that their necks would bend before it. There comes not to them a new reminder from the Beneficent, but they turn away from it. They indeed reject, so the news will soon come to them of that at which they mock. See they not that the earth, how many of every noble kind we cause to grow in it? Surely in this is a sign. Yet most of them believe not, and surely thy Lord is the mighty, the merciful. And when thy Lord called Moses, saying, Go to the iniquitous people, the people of Pharaoh, will they not guard against evil? He said, My Lord, I fear they will reject me, and my breast straightens, and my tongue is not eloquent. So send for Aaron, and they have a crime against me, so I fear they will kill me. He said, By no means. So go you both with our signs, surely we are with you, hearing. Then come to Pharaoh and say, We are bearers of a message of the Lord of the worlds. Remember, the masculine form is gender neutral when referring to God. And it's typically gender neutral anyways. Send us with the children of Israel. Pharaoh said, Did we not bring thee up as a child among us? And thou didst tarry years of thy life among us, and thou didst that deed of thine which thou didst, and thou art of the ungrateful ones. He said, I did it when I was of those who err. So I fled from you when I feared you. Then my Lord granted me judgment, and made me of the messengers. And is it a favor of which thou remindest me, that thou hast enslaved the children of Israel? Pharaoh said, And what is the Lord of the worlds? He said, The Lord of the heavens and the earth, and what is between them, if you would be sure. Pharaoh said to those around him, Do you not hear? He said, Your Lord and the Lord of your fathers of old. Pharaoh said, Surely your messenger, who is sent to you, is mad. Majnun, the quality of a jinn, are possessed. He said, The Lord of the east and the west, and what is between them, if you have any sense. Pharaoh said, If thou takest a god besides me, I will certainly put thee in prison. He said, Even if I show them something plain. Pharaoh said, Show it then, if thou art the truthful. So he cast down his rod, and lo, it was an obvious serpent. And he drew forth his hand, and lo, it appeared white to the beholders. Pharaoh said to the chiefs around him, Surely this is a skillful enchanter, who desires to turn you out of your land with his enchantment. What is it then that you counsel? And they said, Give him and his brother respite, and send heralds into the cities, and that they bring to thee every skillful enchanter. So the enchanters were gathered together for the appointment of a well-known day, and it was said to the people, Will you gather together. Will you gather together? Haply we may follow the enchanters, if they are the vanquishers. So when the enchanters came, they said to Pharaoh, will there be a reward for us if we are the vanquishers? He said, yes, and surely you will then be of those who are nearest. Moses said to them, cast what you are going to cast. So they cast down their cords and their rods, and said, my Pharaoh's power, we shall most surely be victorious. Then Moses cast down his rod, and lo, it swallowed up their fabrication, and the enchanters were thrown down prostrate. And they said, we believe in the Lord of the worlds, the Lord of Moses and Aaron. Pharaoh said, you believe in him before I give you leave. Surely he is the chief of you who taught you enchantment. So you shall know. Certainly I will cut off your hands and your feet on opposite sides, and I will crucify you all. And they said, no harm. Surely to our Lord we return. We hope that our Lord will forgive us our wrongs, because we are the first of the believers. Each nation, the first is, of course, the prophet, and then some may follow. And we revealed to Moses, saying, travel by night with my servants, you will be pursued. And Pharaoh sent heralds into the city. And Pharaoh sent heralds into the cities, and these are indeed a small band, and they have surely enraged us, and we are truly a vigilant multitude. So we turned them out of gardens and springs, and treasures and goodly dwellings. Even so we gave them as a heritage to the children of Israel. Then they pursued them at sunrise. So when the two hosts saw each other, the companies of Moses cried out. The companions of Moses cried out, surely we are overtaken. He said, by no means, surely my Lord is with me, he will guide me. Then we revealed to Moses, march on to the sea with thy staff. So it parted, and each party was like a huge mound, and there we brought near the others, and we saved Moses and those with him all. Then we drowned the others. Surely there is a sign in this, yet most of them believe not. Surely there is a sign in this, yet most of them believe not. And surely thy Lord is the mighty, the merciful. And recite to them the story of Abraham, when he said to his sire and his people, what do you worship? They said, we worship idols, so we shall remain devoted to them. He said, do they hear you when you call, or do they benefit or harm you? And they said, nay, we found our fathers doing so. He said, do you then see what you worship? You and your ancient sires, surely they are an enemy to me, but not the Lord of the worlds, who created me. Then he shows me the way, and who gives me to eat and to drink, and when I am sick he heals me. And who will cause me to die, then give me life, and who I hope will forgive me my mistakes on the day of judgment. My Lord, grant me wisdom, and join me with the righteous, and ordain for me a goodly mention in latter generations, and make me of the heirs of the garden of bliss, and forgive my sire, surely he is of the erring ones, and disgrace me not on the day when they are raised, the day when wealth will not avail. Our sons, save him who comes to Allah with a sound heart, and the garden And the garden is brought near for the dutiful, and hell is made manifest to the deviators, and it is said to them, where are those that you worshipped besides Allah? Can they help you or help themselves? So they are hurled into it, they and the deviators, and the host of the devil, all. And they will say, while they quarrel therein, by Allah, we were certainly in manifest error, when we made you equal with the Lord of the worlds. When we made you equal with the Lord of the worlds, and none but the guilty led us astray. So we have no intercessors, nor a true friend. Now if we could but once return, we would be believers. Surely there is a sign in this, yet most of them believe not. And surely thy Lord is the mighty and the merciful. The people of Noah rejected the messengers, when their brother Noah said to them, will you not guard against evil? Surely I am a faithful messenger to you. So keep your duty to Allah and obey me. I ask of you no reward for it. My reward is only with the Lord of the worlds. So keep your duty to Allah and obey me. And they said, shall we believe in thee, and the meanest follow thee? He said, and what knowledge have I of what they did? And their reckoning is only with my Lord, if you but perceive, and I am not going to drive away the believers. I am only a plain warner. And they said, if thou desist not, O Noah, thou wilt certainly be stoned to death. He said, my Lord, my people give me the lie. So judge thou between me and them. So judge now. So judge thou between me and them openly, and deliver me and the believers who are with me. So we delivered him and those with him in the laden ark. Then we drowned the rest afterwards. Surely there is a sign in this, yet most of them believe not. And surely thy Lord is the mighty, the merciful. Ad gave the lie to the messengers, when their brother Hud said to them, will you not guard against evil? Surely I am a faithful one. Surely I am a faithful messenger to you. So keep your duty to Allah and obey me, and I ask of you no reward for it. Surely my reward is only with the Lord of the worlds. See, that message repeated 5 times as if to elude what the real source of reward is, the following the 5 pillars in this era. But it's important to remember that the prophets did not get paid for their role as prophets. And they didn't encourage that. Do you build on every height a monument, you sport, and you make fortresses that you may abide, and when you seize his tyrants. So keep your duty to Allah and obey me, and keep your duty to him who aids you with that which you know. He aids you with cattle and children, and gardens and fountains. Surely I fear for you the chastisement of a grievous day. And they said, it is the same to us, whether thou admonish or art not one of the admonishers. And this is not but a fabrication of the ancients, and we will not be chastised. So they rejected him, and we destroyed them. Surely there is a sign in this, yet most of them believe not. And surely thy Lord is the mighty, the merciful. Thamud gave the lie to the messengers when their brother Saleh said to them, "Will you not guard against evil? Surely I am a faithful messenger to you, so keep your duty to Allah and obey me, and I ask of you no reward for it. My reward is only with the Lord of the worlds." When you see these verses, think of the different context for them and the different sound placement of that context and other such thing and subject. Will you be left secure in what is here, in gardens and fountains, and cornfields and palm trees, having fine flower spikes, and you hew houses out of the mountains, exulting, yeah. And you hew houses out of the mountains, exultingly. So keep your duty to Allah and obey me, and obey not the bidding of the extravagant, who make mischief in the land, and act not aright. And they said, "Thou art only a deluded person. Thou art not but a mortal like ourselves. So bring a sign if thou art truthful." He said, "This is the she-camel. She has her portion of water, and you have your portion of water at an appointed time. And touch her not with evil, lest the chastisement of a grievous day overtake you." But they hamstrung her, then regretted. So the chastisement overtook them. Surely there is a sign in this, yet most of them believe not. And surely thy Lord is the mighty, the merciful. And the people of Lot gave the lie to the messengers when their brother Lot said to them, "Will you not guard against evil? Surely I am a faithful messenger to you. So keep your duty to Allah and obey me, and I ask of you no reward for it. My reward is only with the Lord of the worlds." And some will say 15 is the number of the devil, so this being repeated is kind of a thing it gets at, but it's important for us to remember that the 5 pillars, who are we really seeking a reward from? So asking a salary for practicing the 5 pillars is ridiculous. It's God that's going to give us our reward. The creed, the ritual prayer, the obligatory alms, the fasting, the pilgrimage. Surely I am a faithful messenger to you, so keep your duty to Allah and obey me, and I ask of you no reward for it. My reward is only with the Lord of the worlds. Do you come to the males from among the creatures, and leave your wives, whom your Lord has created for you? Nay, you are a people exceeding limits. And they said, "If thou desist not, O Lot, thou wilt surely be banished." And it's not saying that homosexual acts was an unprecedented thing. The idea of it being a societal thing, we really can't say that it wasn't unprecedented. And it really hasn't reached that level too much after that. Certain military groups, it appears to have been the case, but he said, "Surely I abhor what you do. My Lord, deliver me and my followers from what they do." So we delivered him and his followers all, except an old woman among those who remained behind. Because she was supportive of that and other evils that they did, some of which were more serious, or at least indifferent to their behavior. Then we destroyed the others, and we rained on them a rain, and evil was the rain on those who warn. Surely there is a sign in this, yet most of them believe not, and surely thy Lord is the mighty, the merciful. The dwellers of the thicket gave the lie to the messengers when Shu'aib said to them, "Will you not guard against evil? Surely I am a faithful messenger to you, so keep your duty to Allah and obey me, and I ask of you no reward for it. My reward is only with the Lord of the worlds. Give full measure, and be not of those who diminish, and weigh with true balance, and wrong not. humanity of their dues, and act not corruptly in the earth, making mischief, and keep your duty to him who created you and the former generations. And they said, thou art only a deluded person, and thou art not but a mortal like ourselves, and we deem thee to be a liar. So cause a portion of the heavens to fall on us, if thou art truthful. He said, my Lord knows what you do. But they rejected him. So the chastisement of the day of covering overtook them. Surely in it was the chastisement of a grievous day. Surely there is a sign in this, yet most of them believe not. And surely thy Lord is the mighty, the merciful. And surely this is a revelation from the Lord of the worlds. The faithful Spirit has brought it on thy heart. Thou mayest be a warner. In plain Arabic language, every prophet came plainly to his people. And surely the same is in the scriptures of the ancients, and is it not a sign to them that the learned people, the children of Israel, know it? And if we revealed it to any of the foreigners, and he had read it to them, they would not have believed in it. And thus do we cause it to enter into the hearts of the guilty, and they will not believe in it till they see the painful chastisement. So it will come to them suddenly while they perceive not, and they will say, shall we be respited? Do they seek to hasten on our chastisement? Seest thou, if we let them enjoy themselves for years, then that which they are promised comes to them, and that which they were made to enjoy will not avail them. And we drowned no town, but it had warners, and we destroyed no town, but it had warners to remind, and we are never unjust, and the devils have not brought it, and it behooves them not to have the power to do. Surely they are far removed from hearing it. So call not upon another God with the law, lest thou be of those who are chastised, and warn thy nearer relations, and lower thy wing to the believers who follow thee. But if they disobey thee, say, I am clear of what you do, and rely on the mighty, the merciful, who sees thee when thou standest up.